Hello and welcome to Warhammer Wednesday. I've been painting quite a few other things and building a lot of the models from the Prospero Burns set, as well as other models and things. So that means that I haven't been able to spend as much time as I wanted on the Sokar Pattern Stormbird, but I thought, as sort of like a little extra thing, I would just give you a closer look at the model. Last time the unboxing was in the dark. I didn't have my new lighting set up or anything like that. So I thought in the light of day, a week or two after I got it, I thought I would give you a closer look at some of the parts. I've cleaned them up a fair bit too. I've washed them, cut the all the vents off and things, sawed quite a few of the vents. So it's such a lovely model that I think making a few videos of it is quite justified. But of course the next video after this you'll see of the Stormbird, you'll see it completely built. It won't be painted, it won't be sprayed or anything like that, but it will be built and I'll give you my full review of the model, my thoughts on how difficult it was to build, any issues, any shortcuts, things like that. You'll get all of that in the review. So without further ado, let me just bring over one of the boxes. So if you've seen the unboxing, you will have seen that they come in these Titan boxes. I think Forge World are doing that, but I think it's a little bit special. If you pay, you know, £200–300 for a model, you get it in one of these boxes. If you buy a Warhound Titan, you get it in one of these. But if you buy an almost £200 Fellblade, and let's face it, it will be almost £200 with your postage if you just get a Fellblade, then you're not going to get it in one of these. You're going to get it in a standard cardboard and it's going to be in bags. But it is what it is. I like the look of these boxes. I think they're really cool, but unfortunately they're not that practical. The tops are alright, but these parts are, they just come apart very easily, very quickly, and it's a combination of a lot of things. It's a combination of all the bubble wrap inside and these sticky areas. And I understand why they've sort of done that rather than staple them, because stapling them means you'd probably have to take the staples out before you put it in your recycle bin. But at the same time, I think they should go ahead and start stapling them, because I'm using these as storage at the moment, and I will use, because they're such a nice useful size and they can be stacked. I'm putting a lot of my models in them, so having them with this sticky area is giving the message that they're short-term use. But in fact, I think these are great sort of long-term use boxes. So we'll have a look at the bigger parts first. This is one of the wings, absolutely, and I'll sort of dry fit build it with you here now as well, so you'll know roughly which side and things go, because of the sort of shape of the wing and also the turret that you'll get. So that sort of goes like that, and that will go like that, and then you've got these sort of side panels, which I think they go like that. I just thought in the light of day, lighting's a lot better, it might be worth doing a video like this. You've got this huge back door bay area. These are all washed and cleaned, so they shouldn't be greasy or sticky or anything like that. That way, but we'll have to find out in a moment. And then you've got this really large central fuselage. There, so that's all the pieces in this large set. And we might as well just build this back bit as we're here. So, sort of getting there. You could just imagine this bit being on here, I think, like so. With that bit resting on it. You got these large panels which sort of jut out, and then you've got these wings which will fit there, and over that side I haven't taken these parts off yet, so that would sort of rest on there, and that would rest on there, and you sort of get the general sort of idea of the way it's sort of looking. With that gives you sort of some idea. Sorry it's not on like a bigger table or anything like that. It's just on this, and it looks like it's about to fall apart as well. But at least it gives you some sort of idea of what it would sort of look like. I'll give you a bit of a size comparison. I've got my trusty little Space Marine here, and that's how big he is, or how sort of little he is. I mean, that's the canopy, and you put two Space Marines in there. There's lots of other things on here, like these missiles, which are huge. I mean, much taller than a Space Marine just for one missile. You've also got these sort of turret joints that will go slot in there. They'll move about and all the rest. I don't know how I'm actually going to get them in and keep them in one position. I might put a strong magnet there, drill a big hole, put a strong magnet in there, and magnetise the back of these somehow so that they can move, and I can just take them out. I'm not quite sure on that yet, but they'll just pop in there. This canopy, definitely going to have to cut this this excess material out and put the clear stuff on. It's worth noting that with the clear sort of perspex canopy, worth noting that you should really glue that with PVA glue, because then it won't make any marks then, because when it sets it sort of goes invisible. Whereas if you use plastic glue, you'll see where it's melted. If you use super glue, it has a ghosting effect where it's burnt the plastic, if that makes sense. You've also got these that I thought were doors at the start, but they're not. They're actually the feet. I think that's the centre one, most probably. But it's cool that it's got like a little targeter thing anyway on the feet. I will be having the model sat down, sort of landed, so I will have the feet deployed completely. And you got these parts of the thrusters, so you've got the intake and the exhaust as well, so it'll go like that. But if you just look at the size of that wing compared to like a Space Marine, just absolutely crazy the size of this model. There you go. It looks quite thin now, but when it's got these sort of side parts on, it'll be quite a thick, chunky model. It already weighs a ton, just this central part and these big blocks. Hats off to anyone that does make a flying stand for it, because yeah, just this, it just weighs a huge amount. So I might make a base for it. I'm only going to have one, that's for sure. And then as well as all those, I might as well just show you all these other sort of little bits in here that you're going to have to factor in and use up and build. You've got everything from the heavy bolter turrets to the heavy bolters for the ball turrets. You can either have them as heavy bolters or las cannons. I think I'm going to have them las cannons because I'm going to have the missiles on too. You've got some extra wing struts, the front doors, the back heavy bolter, tail gun. You got the ladders from the cockpit going down. I would really love to see at one point an animation of a Space Marine climbing up and down a ladder, because I think it's a lot harder than, I think that would be quite difficult for them, but oh well. You've got the Space Marines themselves, which are pretty cool. You've got the two void shields, but they're exactly the same as the Warlord ones. These quite large sort of void shields, highly detailed, and so on. That's pretty much all your extra parts. So as well as all these, you've got all these big chunky parts. I don't think it's got as many parts as a Warlord Titan, but I think it's quite technical to get everything right, to get all of the parts to join up correctly. But we'll see. I haven't built this yet, obviously, but I'll be doing this over the next month or so, and hopefully I'll get a review out as soon as I can. Anyway, I thought this video might be quite useful in some way, giving you a look at this very expensive model in the light of day. Thanks for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.